Welcome back. A Business 101 class at Minneapolis College is taking students out of the classroom and into real businesses. Ian Russell followed a group of aspiring entrepreneurs to Midtown Global Market.
You can learn a lot in a classroom, but sometimes the best teachers
We do marketing, we do operations, we do accounting.
aren't in a school.
These two right here have done all of that and more.
Inside Midtown Global Market, Minneapolis college students are learning from the experts. Rashmi Bhattachan of Momodosa
Came to this country at the age of 17 from Nepal.
and Manny Gonzalez of Manny's Tortas.
The American Embassy, and I asked, where can I learn English in the United States? Minneapolis, St. Paul, 10,000 lakes. Of course, they never show you the winter.
Two immigrant business owners who know the industry well. Perfect teachers for Jason Kussler's class.
Well, one of the reasons we're here is to support immigrant entrepreneurs. A lot of our students are immigrants.
Data from the American Immigration Council shows there's roughly 500,000 immigrant residents in Minnesota. Roughly 28,000 are entrepreneurs.
Guidance they need, feedback, advice. It really helps having a mentor, especially in the business world.
Guidance students say they're eager to get.
Seeing how passionate they were about it, that's really cool.
First-year student Michelle Lay's family is from Myanmar, which is why she says seeing Manny and Rashmi thrive is so important.
It gives me hope and motivation for myself to work harder and do better.
Learning from the experts as they pass on their guidance for the future.
This country is about immigrants, building immigrants. If I can do it, they can do it.
In Minneapolis, Ian Russell, KARE 11 News.
As families across the U.S. continue feeling the impacts of reduced or delayed SNAP benefits, one family in Vermont is trying to help out. Reporter Yunie Martinez tells us more about an 8-year-old who wanted to help his community.
If you pass by the Grants family's driveway too quickly, you might miss it. A tiny red box, no bigger than a bedside table, sitting on the edge of a Burlington street. But inside this handmade shelf, something much bigger is happening.
Some kids were needing some extra support.
That's all it took. One conversation in the car, one school food drive, and one 8-year-old with a simple thought.
Because not a lot of people have food and we really need to help.
The box wasn't always a food pantry. Ollie and his grandfather built it as a neighborhood library, a place for chapter books and picture books. But this fall, as many families are losing their SNAP benefits, the Grants watched others struggle.
So we said, let's put it on Front Porch Forum, and we put it in our neighborhood email. Other than that day, it was empty.
Empty in the best possible way. And every time the shelves are clear, the Grants refill.
We got probably 20 emails from Front Porch Forum being like, tell that little boy he's such an amazing kid, trying to help other people. So we've been very proud. And little sis is super excited to help out as well.
Through it all, Ollie keeps track of the inventory like a seasoned shopkeeper.
We have a lot of pastas and mac and cheeses.
For Mom, the pantry is more than a shelf. It's a lesson in gratitude, especially as the holidays approach.
We all sit around the table and say what we're thankful for, and one of the things we're always thankful for is food. So I think Ollie's really thankful for that and the fact that he can give back to people.
And people in the community are noticing Ollie's work.
We had somebody who met Ollie and some of the stuff he did, and what did she think you're going to be the next when you grow up?
The governor.
So who knows, maybe Ollie Grant for governor someday.
Governor someday, maybe, but today Ollie is something just as important. A kid who saw a need and decided to help one tiny red pantry at a time.
With today's cold temperatures and some Midwest cities getting their first snow, it's finally time for winter activities. So grab your skis and head out because the Trollhagen Ski Area announced that they're opening the 25-26 season this afternoon at 3 p.m. Wild Mountain Terrain Park also opened its season today, offering top-to-bottom skiing on the expressway. A thing to note, however, there are currently no rentals and no lessons offered at either location. Today, the light at Split Rock Lighthouse will shine in remembrance of 50 years after the tragic sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald. The tragedy fueled legends and inspired songs, and all day we're honoring this anniversary with special reports on air and on our stream. We begin with Sammy Salina, who recently talked with one of the few remaining relatives of those who died that night.
A father's love for his daughter.
I said, "What is this?" It's my dad's cookbook.
Runs deep.
1942. And it's old. You can tell it's very, very old. It's got all of his recipes.
Pam Johnson felt it even when her dad, Robert C. Rafferty, was away working as a cook on freighters on the Great Lakes.
Wave goodbye and we'd watch the boat go off. 50 years. I couldn't believe it. I said 50 years? It was just 35 yesterday.
A freighter carrying a crew of 29 disappeared on Lake Superior during a severe storm last night, and so far no survivors have been found.
This inland sea is the resting place of the 29 men who sailed on the Edmund Fitzgerald.
So my mom we didn't suspect anything, and then she heard it on the news. She called and said that there was an accident and your dad has probably died.
Robert disappeared the evening of November 10th, 1975. He was among the 29 on Edmund Fitzgerald's final voyage.
And I miss him terribly. It's really hard to lose your father.
We'll hear a lot more from Pam Johnson tonight at 10, including why her father wasn't even originally supposed to be there that night. We also have a half-hour special commemorating that fateful day streaming right now here on KARE 11+. Stick with us. We have more news and weather coming up after the break.